From translation, TLB, the Living Bible. This 37th day of the year. Today we are reading passages Leviticus 16 to 18. Leviticus chapter 16, verses 1 to 34. The Lord said to Moses, "Tell your brother Aaron that he is not to enter the holy place behind the inner curtain whenever he chooses, but only at the proper time as I have commanded him. For if he enters at any other time, he will die. For I am to be shown my glory in the holy place," the Lord warned. "Otherwise, if Aaron enters at any time except the Day of Atonement, he will die, for that is when I will appear there in my glory. This is how Aaron must enter the sanctuary, with a young bull to sacrifice as a sin offering and a ram to be burned as a whole offer. He must put on the holy linen robe, which reaches from his neck to his feet, and put on the linen shorts next to his body. He must tie on a linen sash and wear the linen turban. These are all holy garments, so he must bathe himself in water before putting them on. From the people of Israel, he is to take 2 male goats as a sin offering and a ram for a whole burnt offering. Aaron must offer the young bull for his own sin offering and make atonement for himself and his family. Then he must take the 2 goats and present them before the Lord at the entrance to the tabernacle. He must cast lots to decide which goat will be used as the Lord's sin offering and which will be sent away as the scapegoat. Aaron will present the goat chosen by lot as the Lord's sin offering and sacrifice it for a sin offering. But the other goat, chosen for Azazel, will be presented alive before the Lord. It will be used to make atonement by sending it away into the wilderness as the scapegoat. Aaron will then take his own bull and sacrifice it for his sin offering and for the sins of his family. He is to take a firepan full of burning coals from the altar before the Lord, along with 2 handfuls of fragrant incense, and carry them behind the inner curtain. He will put the incense on the fire before the Lord, so that the cloud of incense will cover the ark's cover, the place of atonement, where he will not die. He is to take some of the bull's blood and sprinkle it on the front of the ark's cover with his finger. Then he must sprinkle the blood before the ark 7 times. After that, he must kill the goat chosen as the Lord's sin offering for the people. He will take its blood behind the inner curtain and sprinkle it on the ark's cover and in front of it, just as he did with the bull's blood. This will atone for the entire tabernacle because of the uncleanness of the Israelites and because of their transgressions, even all their sins. This is to be done regularly. No one else may be in the tabernacle when Aaron enters to make atonement in the most holy place until he comes out. Then he will have made atonement for himself, his family, and all the people of Israel. When he comes out, he will go to the altar that is before the Lord and make atonement for it. He is to take some of the bull's blood and some of the goat's blood and put it on all the horns of the altar. Then he is to sprinkle blood on it with his finger 7 times to cleanse it and set it apart as holy from the uncleanness of the Israelites. When he has finished making atonement for the most holy place, the tabernacle and the altar, he is to bring out the live goat. Aaron is to lay both hands on the head of the live goat and confess over it all the sins and rebellion of the Israelites, putting them on the goat's head. Then he will send the goat away into the wilderness, led by a man appointed for the task. The goat will carry all the sins of the people to a desolate land, and the man will release it there. Then Aaron must go back into the tabernacle and take off the linen garments he wore for the atonement, and leave them there. After he has bathed himself in water, he may come out into the camp, but he is not to leave the tabernacle area until he has made atonement for himself and the people. The fat from the sin offering bull and the goat must be burned on the altar. This is what the Lord has commanded. The man who takes the goat out into the wilderness to be set free must wash his clothes and bathe himself in water before coming back into the camp. The bull and goat whose blood was brought into the most holy place for atonement must be taken outside the camp and their skins, flesh, and dung burned completely. The man who burns them must wash his clothes and bathe himself in water, and afterward he may come back into the camp. This will be a permanent law for you. On the 10th day of the 7th month, you must deny yourselves and not do any work, neither the native-born nor the aliens who live among you. This is to be a special day of atonement for you, when you will be cleansed from all your sins. It is a solemn day of rest before the Lord. You must deny yourselves on this day. It is a permanent law for all future generations, wherever you live. The high priest who is anointed and ordained to succeed his father as high priest must make atonement. He is to put on the sacred garments and make atonement for the most holy place, for the tent of meeting, the altar, and for all the priests and all the people of the community. This is to be a permanent law for you, to make atonement for the people of Israel once a year because of all their sins. And Moses did as the Lord commanded him. Leviticus chapter 17, verses 1 to 16. The Lord said to Moses, "Give the following command to the people of Israel and to any foreigners living in Israel. Any man among you who offers a sacrifice to the Lord must offer it from his own herd or flock. He must not bring a sacrifice to the entrance of the tabernacle to offer it as a gift to the Lord. But he must offer it in order to be accepted by the Lord at the entrance to the tabernacle. He is to offer it as a peace offering to the Lord. If he does not bring it to the entrance to the tabernacle to offer it to the Lord, he is to be guilty of bloodshed. He has shed blood and must be cut off from his people. This is so that the people of Israel will bring the sacrifices they offer in the open fields to the Lord at the entrance to the tabernacle, to the priest, and offer them as peace offerings to the Lord. The priest will sprinkle the blood on the altar of the Lord at the entrance to the tabernacle, and burn the fat as a pleasing aroma to the Lord. They must no longer offer their sacrifices to the goat idols to whom they are prostitutes. This is a permanent law for them and for their descendants throughout their generations. Give this command to them also: any man, whether Israelite or foreigner, who offers a whole burnt offering or a sacrifice, must bring it to the priest at the entrance to the tabernacle to offer it to the Lord. Otherwise, he has broken my law and will be cut off from his people. And if any man from the people of Israel or any foreigner living among them eats any kind of blood, I will turn against that person and cut him off from his people. For the life of the animal is in the blood, and I have given it to you to make atonement for yourselves on the altar. It is the blood that makes atonement for one's life. If any man of the people of Israel or any foreigner living among you hunts an animal or bird that may be eaten, he must drain out the blood and cover it with earth. If anyone eats an animal that has died or has been torn by wild animals, whether he is a native-born Israelite or a foreigner, he must wash his clothes and bathe himself with water, and he will be ceremonially unclean till evening. Then he will be clean, but if he does not wash his clothes and bathe himself, he will be held responsible for his sin. Leviticus chapter 18, verses 1 to 32. The Lord said to Moses, "Give the following command to the people of Israel and to any foreigners living in Israel. You must not live according to the customs of the nations I am going to drive out of your land. You must not follow their laws. Do not imitate their practices, because I hate them, and I will destroy their nations. You must obey my laws and be careful to follow my decrees. I am the Lord your God. Keep my decrees and laws, for the person who obeys them will live by them. I am the Lord. You must not have sexual relations with any of your close relatives. Your mother, your father's wife, your sister, whether born at home or born elsewhere, your granddaughter, whether on your father's or mother's side, your daughter-in-law or your sister-in-law. You must not have sexual relations with your father's wife. That would violate your father. You must not have sexual relations with your sister, whether she is your father's daughter or your mother's daughter, whether she was born in the same home or in a different home. You must not have sexual relations with your granddaughter, whether on your father's side or your mother's side. That would be a shameful sin. You must not have sexual relations with your half-sister, the daughter of your father or of your mother. You must not have sexual relations with your father's sister or your mother's sister. You must not have sexual relations with your father's brother's wife. That would violate your uncle. You must not have sexual relations with your daughter-in-law. That would violate your son. You must not have sexual relations with your brother's wife. That would violate your brother. You must not have sexual relations with a woman and her daughter. You must not have sexual relations with her son's daughter or her daughter's daughter. That would be a shameful sin. You must not take a woman as a wife while her mother is still living. That would violate both of them. You must not have sexual relations with your wife's sister as a rival while your wife is still living. You must not marry a woman as a rival to her sister and have sexual relations with her while her sister is still living. You must not have sexual relations with a woman during her monthly period. That would make the land unclean, and I will punish you for making it unclean. You must not commit adultery with your neighbor's wife. You must not give any of your children to be sacrificed to Molech, thus defiling the name of your God. I am the Lord. You must not practice homosexuality. It is a detestable sin. You must not have sexual relations with an animal and defile yourself with it. A woman must not present herself to an animal to have sexual relations with it. That is a perversion. Do not defile yourselves by any of these things, for by all these things the nations I am driving out before you have become defiled. And the land became defiled, so I punished it for its sin, and the land vomited out its inhabitants. But you must obey my decrees and my laws. You must not do any of these detestable things, neither the native-born nor the foreigners living among you. For all these things were done by the people who lived in the land before you, and the land became defiled. And if you defile the land, it will vomit you out, as it vomited out the nations that were there before you. Anyone who does any of these detestable things will be cut off from his people. Do not defile yourselves by any of these things, for by all these things the nations I am driving out before you have become defiled. And you must obey my laws and be careful to follow my decrees. I am the Lord your God.